Wagwan people, blessings and love. Wishing you lot well and that. So, I got inspired to make this video because I was on Instagram and I came across this fitness girl's page, yeah? And I hadn't come across her page for like 3 to 4 years. So I went on the page, I was like, okay. And then I deep like 2 minutes after I was like, wait a minute, that's that girl from 3, 4 years ago. This fitness girl 3, 4 years ago, she looked extremely unhealthy. She was like damn near anorexic. And back then I was like, oh man, like she got caught up in this whole I have to look stick anorexic. Like she looked extremely unhealthy. You know, like she looked so unhealthy it made me sick. It didn't make me sick, but my stomach would feel a bit sicky just looking because that's how sick she looked. Yeah. And she looks healthy. She's glowed up now. Healthy, put on weight, all of this. I was like, no way, this is the same girl. No way. Bro, I was so happy. So happy. You know? And it just made me think about how there's so many women or young women, girls, teenagers, that get trapped in that cycle, get trapped into that flipping mindset of they have to look stick thin. You know, they have to look anorexic. That's healthy. You know, where they end up getting into food. Oh, it just glitched out a bit. They get into food disorders. You know, like I've come across many girls in my life where that's just been the norm. Where they have had to deal with that. They've had to deal with food disorders. Some of them, when I met them, they had got out of it, and some were still in it. And it was hard for those that were still in it, and I was there with them, and I'm seeing it, and I know what it is, and I'm trying to break them out of it or trying to talk to them. It's frustrating to see. It's frustrating to see, and it hurts. So that was the inspiration that I got to make this video, and it also made me remember that on the men's side, on the male side, on the boys' side, our thing has been emotions, being comfortable in expressing our emotions in a vulnerable way. Oh, don't tell me, son. No, don't. We take that off because the battery's a bit low. Okay, yeah. Being expressed, our emotions being expressed, our vulnerable emotions being expressed, and us feeling comfortable to do that. Because us as boys growing up into men, a lot of us got sucked into this mindset of it's weak to cry. You know, you're not a man if you cry. You know, you don't have to bottle all of your emotions up inside because that's strength and that's what a real man does. Rare, all that dumb shit. You get me? You know, so men have to deal with that. Women's side of it was weight. You know, from teenager looking at models and all the models look anorexic, like they don't even look slim. Because you can look slim and still look healthy. But then there's like anorexic, like don't look good. You don't look like, it's not even you don't look healthy. You don't look healthy, you know. And for this girl, yeah, and this is something as well, yeah, when it comes to women, yeah. And I noticed it even like three to 4 years ago on that girl's page, yeah. Women, they will just gas up their friends. Even if their friends to them don't look good, they will still gas up their friends. Yeah. I wrote it down because if you've been like, yeah, women just gas up their friends because it's literally in their nature to not be upfront. Because, and this doesn't go for all women, yeah, but women feel like if they be upfront, and if them being upfront is them not agreeing with what they're seeing, then they believe that they're a bad person, you know. But that's not the case. You're actually being truthful. So you, as a real friend, you're being honest. If a woman is going to another woman, or a girl going to another girl and be like, you know what, like, I'm keeping it honest with you. You don't look healthy, or to me, in my opinion, you don't look good. Rare. But no, they'll just gas them up. Yeah, girl, you're smashing it. I'm so inspired. You look amazing. Rare. But in their mind, behind closed doors, they would never want to look like them. They would never want to look as anorexic, as slim as that girl. They would, or on the other side, as big as that girl. They would never want that. Yeah? And a prime example as to how women aren't upfront is when they see a guy that they like. And let's say the guy doesn't know that the girl likes him. The girl will go, now the majority, I'm not saying all, because of course it's not all, you get me. But there's the majority will try do some sly thing to try get the guy to notice, or do some little sly thing, rare. And in their mind, they think them doing that is them moving to the guy. When some guys, like, they don't know, or the girl thinks that she's being obvious, but she ain't being obvious. Like, her obvious is everyone else's mad sly. Like, is she trying to be a friend? Like, she giving me friend vibes, and but in the girl's mind, she's fully believing that, no, the way I'm moving, this guy knows that I am attracted to him. This guy knows that I want him. He definitely knows this. Like, so that's what I'm saying. It's backwards, you know, like, that's how a lot of women move, yeah. Now, as to men now, with the emotions, as I touched on, you know, it's something that, especially for men on the emotion side, that's what leads a lot of men to commit suicide. Because they hold it in too much, they can't take it, they end up developing mental disorders and depression. And the depression, because they feel like, as a man, that they can't talk about it, builds, they can't take it, and then they commit suicide, or they build up, and they just explode and end up killing someone, and they end up in prison, you know, like, all of this. So men and women, we have been attacked. Yeah, we have been attacked, just at different ways, you know. And it's mad how, it's not mad, but you see how the old system, powers that be, have now got everyone trying to battle each other. men versus women, women versus men, black versus white, white versus black, Chinese, like we're all versing each other instead of instead of coming together and being like, no, I can elevate myself as a man and also elevate women. I don't have to bring women down to lower up men. A woman doesn't need to bring down men to raise women. We can all raise together if we just come together and just raise. Like, we don't need to compare. And like this whole comparing thing has got out of hand, like just in like general, you get me? But let me just keep it a bit low because the battery's running low and it might just cut out at any point in it. But so yeah, I just wanted to get this message out there that like women, man, like they get sucked into it from young, you know, from getting told by, and there's girls that, especially young when they're teenagers, they look healthy and other girls are jealous. So what do? They get in their head and tell them, oh, you look chunky, you look fat, you look too fat, when they look good. They look good, but they look fat, and then that gets into that girl who looks good head, and then she ends up going on some eating disorder, and her body just goes, you know. But I'm big up to that fitness girl that I saw, but there's many examples of women like that who get out of it. But as the reason why I make this video is there's many more examples of women who don't get out of that, who are still in that. You know, the same with men as well. You know, there are men that get out of that mindset of a man can't cry and it's weak for a man to cry, when it's the opposite. It takes strength. A real man cries. A real man expresses all of his emotions with chest because he is allowed to, because he is a human being. That is his right. He was born, he's allowed to express all of his emotions. The same thing with women, but again, women know about the whole emotion side. So that's what I'm talking about. The men right now, yeah, it's you're right. You get me? And anyone that tries to say, oh, man can't cry and that, that's because they don't feel like they have the strength to express their vulnerability. So they don't want no other man to express their vulnerability, because then they will look at that man as being above them, because that man is better than them, because that man has not been trapped by the mental imprisonment that guy has been imprisoned by. Yeah, so it's about breaking out of these mental prisons. Yeah, men break out of this whole emotion thing, and you can't cry, you can't express vulnerability, it's weak, it's the opposite. Yeah, you're a blood clot bad man. If you express all of your vulnerabilities, you are the strongest guy out there. You are a top bad man. Ain't nobody can chat to you, dog. You see me? Real talk. And women break out of that cycle of, I have to look anorexic, I have to look very, because the thing is, yeah, men will tell the girl that looks anorexic, like, you don't look good. You don't. Now, the only type of guys that wouldn't say that is the guys that are trying to keep the girl down. Again, that happens in relationships where a guy gets with a girl who the guy thinks is above him. So to try and bring her down to his level, his perceived level, he gasses up, talking about, you look fat, you got too much weight, you know, to make them lose their body. So in their mind, they're now on the same level. So now the guy doesn't feel insecure, or maybe because the guy's outside with his girl and the girl's getting enough attention, and it makes him feel insecure even if the girl ain't entertaining nothing. And the girl's like, I don't care about all of these other guys. I'm here for you. I love you. You are the only one that I have eyes for. Some guys, because of insecurity, whether that's be because they got cheated on, or they need to work on their self-esteem and their self-worth, they get caught up. And you get me? So yeah, please break out of these cycles. Women, men, break out of it. Women, break out of this whole weight thing, and you have to be stick thin and anorexic. It don't look good. I get it. I get where it comes from. But break out of it, please. And women, tell your friends the truth. You're not a bad person for telling them the truth. You're not. You're actually being a true, real friend by actually telling them, listen, girlfriend, you need to put on some weight. I feel, like you look very skinny, you look very anorexic, or you do look obese or very fat. I don't care. I talk it how it is fat. Yeah, you look fat. Yeah, this whole world where everything is now acceptable. It's acceptable and attractive to look like some blood clot walrus. It's acceptable and attractive to flipping look like some flipping broken stick, to look like this flipping pencil right here. It's not. You don't look healthy. Forget about the attractive and sexy. You don't look healthy, and that's all it is. That's all I care about. Health. Health is wealth. It's not about attractive. It's about health. So I'm gonna leave it here before this phone cuts out. I know the message has got out there. Boom, bam, bing. Until next time. Peace.